I'm Eliza, about to bring you the hard-hitting facts that hold you after, but first, let me introduce you to my stripey cohort, Alexis, Stripo, Archer.
Hola, Stripey, hola.
Stripes to the camera. And I'm wearing green. I just came from a charity event, and somebody in the chat room, she needs to spend less time with strippers. That's very funny. Charity. It's very funny. Before we get started with the hard-hitting facts that hold you after and still tell you you're pretty, special thanks to Sanford & Sons in Kansas City. Thanks for some sold-out shows. Special extra thanks to Black Sky Radio. Nightmare 54 over there did an awesome, dare I say, compelling interview with me. Great interview. And thanks for those of you who watched me on Jimmy Fallon over Thanksgiving. Alexis, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Oh my God, you're welcome.
Finally.
Yeah. Well, I knew where you went, so.
It could have been horrible for all you know.
No.
I could have gone to the hospital with a turkey burn.
No, the Gentiles always do it the same every year. We, however, deep fried a turkey at my house, and it was fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, I have a stripe in my hair.
Oh, I thought that was going to be your segue to me, because you hadn't. Speaking of
fantastic, the man who tried to made sure that my shirt didn't make it look like I wasn't here, just a floating head. Super producer.
Oh, hi. Yes, it's arguably green, but we worked it out. You're on a green screen, but we worked it out.
Yeah, autism. That's where I was at a benefit for autism, so you can all eat shit.
You have autism?
I have. That's why I'm so smart. That's why I'm able to write so many jokes, but perform not other tasks. Duh. Let's get to the hard-hitting facts that hold you after. Dateline! Yes, Christmas is coming. Oh, by the way, speaking of, Alexis, earlier you said that you had to go to an audition and they wanted you to come in your underwear.
Oh, God.
You didn't even catch that. No one in the room caught it either.
They wanted me to arrive to the audition in my underwear.
Yeah, you'd be like, I've arrived, but I've already come. All right. Christmas is coming, and in order to celebrate it, it's a couple weeks away. We're going to be celebrating it right here at the stream during this episode. Anytime Alexis says the word you, Y-O-U, she will replace it with the word Yule. If Yule can't do it, then Yule will have to donate $1 to your favorite charity. Okay?
Wait, but like when we're talking about like you'll have to donate $1, I'll have to donate $1?
Yeah, I don't have to do it, you have to do it. Every time you don't do it, $1 gets taken out of your paycheck. Until all $5 are gone.
Okay, that's
Brian, will you keep score? Will you keep score?
No, okay, you have to pay
Sure,
it.
yeah.
No,
David
she
will.
has to
David
pay
will.
I'm not sponsoring Yule indiscretion. Oh, how about this? How about we both do it?
Okay.
Okay, so here's what we do. Every time you don't do it, someone keeps score. The game's on hold right now. Every time you're not able to do it, you get a point deducted. And for every point you get deducted, you have to donate to charity.
David
okay?
actually is walking over to his workbench to get like a pad and paper.
You don't need to make a whole workbench out of it. Just get a piece of paper. Okay, so for fear that it will interrupt with my jokes, I think we're going to start doing it after Dateline.
No.
But Yule can start right now because you'll have less lines than I do. Okay?
Okay. Go. Let's get it started.
Dateline! Herman Cain has dropped out of the race. Woo!
Yay!
Yay!
We're racist.
That's okay. One woman saying you had an affair is par for the course in politics. In fact, it's expected on any campaign trail. But two, maybe more. That's why I'm naming Ginger White our unofficial first lady. And she's not bad looking. You could have done way worse. You could have done better than Herman Cain. Any thoughts on that? He's awful.
What's his face? You know, that actor.
This is going to be
great.
great.
Oh, shoot. That British actor.
This is shaping up wonderfully.
Yeah. He slept with that African-American prostitute
Racist.
in England.
Okay.
I said African-American.
Hugh Grant?
Yeah. I mean, she was like he's hot, and that prostitute was like busted.
We are going to strike that from the record. She's not a prostitute, Ginger White.
No, I'm just saying that in comparison to the hot British actor's prostitute that he got caught sleeping with, she's actually a gem.
She's saying if you're going to sleep with a black woman?
No, I'm just saying if you're going to take a mistress and get caught, you know, she's fancy.
Yeah, she's fine. She's what they call yellow bone.
Dateline!
More molesting. I know you were excited about this one.
Oh, great.
You know how it works. One person steps forward and it opens the floodgates. Well, two more people have come forward and accused Donald Patrick, the late Boston Red Sox manager, of molestation. Fitzpatrick died in 2005, and two people probably men because women don't work in baseball fields, said he molested them in the clubhouse at Fenway Park in 1991. The statute of limitations has, of course, expired, but of course they are seeking $5 million each. I didn't realize that therapy and butthole stitches cost that much. It's not like it happened in the 70s when child protection laws weren't really around. This was the 90s, okay? We were all here. And he died in 2005. So many people have come forward about being molested in those years. It's not even taboo anymore. So even if you're telling the truth, I don't believe you. Not I don't believe you. I mean like, ugh, I don't believe you. Like I can't believe you, okay? Like I'm disappointed in you. To make it all worse, Fitzpatrick was accused of molesting 7 other dudes from the 70s and made a deal with them in 2003. So where were those 2 dudes then? Probably lubing up each other's beeholes. You keep quiet and then you come forward after the Joe Paterno thing and you ask for $5 million, you're embarrassment to molested people everywhere. Right, Alexis?
Yes. Okay, DC Smith once said, sure, being molested is horrible, but in a clubhouse, great seats.
You got to go to Fenway Park and see the Green Monster, so shut your yapper.
I feel like if there's any karma in this world, you're going to be molested.
Why?
Because you just said that even if you were actually molested, I mean, like, come on.
No.
Like, we shouldn't be sad for those people.
I just think it's a little opportunistic. Like, you didn't come forward when everyone else was, and now you want $5 million from who? The guy's dead. You missed your payday.
Yeah, the $5 million makes it sketchy, but I think it's terrible that there's a statute of limitations on molestation. Because it's something that comes out later.
Yeah, I just feel like what about mob mentality? All these people are coming out like with Michael Jackson. All of a sudden, everyone's like, oh, look at this. It's like a witch hunt, and it gives less credibility to you have to think about this. It gives less credibility to your story when you decide to come out when there's money involved and after a lot of people have done it. Even though that's what makes people come out in the first place. We're talking about being gay, of course. It also happened when they were teenagers. And to me, a teenager, we'll call it like 15 to 19. Preteen is like 14, 13. And also 15 to 19 is like one of the more sexual times in your life. You got like a lot of hormones going. And that's when you kind of know if you're gay or not. So it sounds like these guys were maybe into it and now they want money. These are prostitutes.
Stop.
Prostitutes in the clubhouse. It's a comedy show. What do you want?
Wow.
What do you want?
Too far.
Listen,
Way
Nancy Grace.
Too far. Like, you just indicated that they liked it. Like,
Yeah.
that's how far you went with that.
That's because it took them this long to come forward and they want $5 million. If you're genuine, don't ask for any money and do it quietly.
No, everybody still, is still working through things that they went through in their childhood. Like a parent's divorce or whatever. There are things
fine.
that, yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah. There are things that just stay with you forever, and there are things that you don't have the courage to speak out against.
I've spoken out about, I've asked each of my parents for $5 million. And all I got
Was a lecture from your father.
I was gonna say all I got was a dildo at our family's white elephant Christmas gift, but that's what you got as a gift. Did you get my email this morning?
Yeah, it was a vibrator, not a dildo. And
It's the same
I don't
thing.
know where it went.
You don't know where it went? Because it
And
went.
wait, a vibrator's not a dildo.
I know it's not, but I don't
Exactly.
deal with. Okay, why do you know that? Why do you know that they're different?
Because I've used them on people
Not you,
before.
Alexis.
Because,
Oh, yeah, Alexis.
Because when I was at your birthday party 3 years ago, one of your friends brought a dildo and a vibrator and showed me the difference between the two. Boom.
It was a gift basket.
It's pretty simple. One doesn't vibrate.
Not if you're not doing it right. Boom! Dateline! Everyone.
Dateline!
MSNBC's Today Show came out with the top 10, because the holidays are around the corner. Say holidays, I really mean Christmas. Top 10 items shoplifted this year. Are you ready? Grade A meat. Expensive alcohol. That graphic was so worth it. Expensive alcohol. Okay, so grade A meat, expensive alcohol, power tools, electric toothbrushes, and Gillette Fusion razors. Is that a gay man's gift basket or what? Let's get serious. So it looks like the gays are making their presence known on and off the field. Dateline! More whores. The issue of this actually will get me fired up for a change. The issue of women in Saudi Arabia having the right to drive has been brought to the forefront recently. One Saudi scholar says that if women are given the right to drive in Saudi Arabia, it would increase pornography, prostitution, and increase rates of divorce, homosexuality, and sex before marriage, leading to a shortage of virgin brides. Never forget, it's not about protecting your womanhood. It's about making sure your pig husband has a nice tight vagina on his wedding night. It's all our fault, right? Lord knows letting Rania drive an old Civic is going to lead to mass gay sex and thousands of pictures of it. The issue is to be taken before a council made up of all really old dudes, which always helps. Look, thanks for inventing algebra and all, but your forward-thinking contributions kind of stop there. This just in, Shamaya Jastania, the Arab woman accused of driving while having a vagina in Saudi Arabia back in September, has been sentenced to be lashed despite a royal pardon. And I can totally see, I get their point. Like, I can see how women driving would totally get in the way of lashing and raping them. It makes sense. Can't have them just driving away from domestic violence, right? Wrote that whole thing.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Apparently Alexis
You don't want to give them any power. This is what happens when you don't give me the news ahead of time.
You didn't read it last week, so I didn't send it to you this week.
I absolutely read it. We're not doing this here.
What's waterboarding? What do you feel? Okay, because I was reading this and I was in the chair at the hair place yelling almost at the stylist because I get so fired up about this. This is just an example of how men hate women around the world. And them not even like they have nice cars. Like, these are not people that have, like, these are not like sheiks. These are like shitty regular people that are gonna drive like Yugos. Let them drive the car. You're gonna crash it anyway.
If they're you.
What does that mean? When was the last time I crashed a car? If it's not gonna be constructive, you're gonna have to leave. Do you have anything to say in favor of the Saudi women?
Yes, I think
like
they absolutely should be able to drive a car. I'm a precision driver. I don't agree that the stereotype of women drivers being bad is true.
Well, I mean, in this case, can I just say that in this case, their women drivers will be bad because they've set them up to have far less experience than the guys. Just right off the bat, I'm saying. Just
that's
at
a
first.
very good point.
Yeah,
I think it's accurate.
I think women drivers in general are probably worse than male drivers. And let's not forget, Saudi Arabia is closer to Asia than we are. So the odds of them being worse are quite great.
I disagree because I don't think women drivers are worse as much as they're just different than men. Like, men are super aggressive, whereas women are, I don't know, on their phones.
Would you say I'm a passive driver?
I don't know. I'm just so terrified every time I'm in the car with you. I just can't tell.
Every time I'm in the car with Yule. Deduct a point!
Oh, you were setting her up for that.
Yes.
You walked
You
right
set
into
her
it.
up for that.
Fine.
That was good.
$1 to the Save the Cows, Save the Pigeons, whatever charity you want.
This is Eliza driving. So here's her hand on the steering wheel.
Don't zoom into her.
Okay.
Oh my God, look how giant your hands look.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's you.
By introducing additional stimuli, it makes you more aware in general. We'll be right back with Nerd News, Who Should Be Shot, and I Need This.